Hello, my Yano Saucers, and welcome back. It has been months since I got behind this mic, so I'm very excited to bring you my adventure for the last couple of days. I just haven't been diving. It's wintertime, it's cold, especially up where I live. Not doing it. Come back in March, maybe. That's usually our traditional annual dry suit dive, but even then, I'm so miserable I don't even want to mess with the GoPro, but I don't know if you guys have checked the weather report lately, but Midwest just got hammered by a blizzard. Called a blizzard. The wind actually wasn't that bad, but lots of snow. About 10 inches dumped near me, I think, at least. I'm guessing. I haven't seen anything official on that. But, I like getting out there and doing things. So I went for a snow romp on Sunday when it came. And then what do you know? Snow day on Monday. Work was closed. Woo! I went again. Round 2. Run it back. So these are some of my adventures. Let me show you where I went real quick. So I'm not going to show you exactly where I live, but this is the general area. This Creve Coeur Lake, I love going down there. Probably seen some of my other videos, some kayaking maybe, which I actually have in the backlog. But today we're doing snow romps, so actually looks a little better from the satellite. So let me see where I started. So I started, I'll tell y'all, about right here is as close as I'm going to show you. Right on the lip of this road. I know the screen recording, you can't see my mouse, which is very unfortunate because I'm trying to point things out, but you're not going to see them. But so I started, we'll call it right there. And there's actually a road, a trail down. And this is a pretty steep hill, by the way. You can't really see it on satellite, but from this road here to the trail through the woods down to the base where it empties out by this building. And you can see it, the trail here, obviously. Pretty steep on the way down. Not paved at all. The snow hides all the, erosions and potholes, I'll call them. So sometimes you're stepping in the snow and whoa, watch out. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. I haven't broken an ankle yet walking down that thing in the snow, but popped out here and walked. This was a big romp. I went all the way around both these lakes. So kind of walked 45 degrees southwest to the flagpole, which you can see right here, kind of. You can see the shadow just to the left of the trail here. Gosh, I really wish you could just see my mouse. Come on, Linux. What's wrong with the screen recorder? Why doesn't the mouse show up? I don't know. Is it a setting? Maybe I just need to turn it on. But anyway, started about there and then walked all the way through down, going south. Got to the bridge here, and what I usually do is take a right and come up parallel to the bridge, but not today. I went the long way today, so that meant keep on going south through the woods. So you can see the trail here all the way through the woods. This is a nice walk. These houses here are also awesome. Very nice houses. They're like built half on land, half overlooking the hill on stilts. One of them especially, kind of scary. I don't know. You got a lot of faith in those stilts, but ooh, that one's got a pool. Nice. Yeah, this is a big hill from these houses down to the trail. You can kind of see the trail through the trees here. Really nice. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. Sometimes I saw some pleated woodpeckers today, 2 of them, which is a rare sighting. So that really made the romping. I almost didn't go romping today because I was like, I went yesterday. But so glad I did because that was worth it. Then you come all the way down here, and then you finally get out of the woods here. This area is usually kind of a small marsh. It does have water in it now. There was one year completely dried up, but it's got water back in it. Frogs love this thing in the springtime. But then you walk past that. I've never taken a left there. Don't really know where that goes. Just doesn't end. So I always kind of stick to the lake over the bridge. And sorry if I sound weird. I've been getting over the sniffles. I've had sniffles for like a week at least. Everything takes longer to heal when you get older. I think that's finally cleared up. But there was something else going on. I can't remember. Anyway, sorry if I sound weird, but and then walking past here. So this is actually a really cool place. This is a bar with a nice patio here, you can see. Overlooks this Mallard Lake. That's really nice in the summertime. They got some purple martin houses. That's what these white dots are. The purple martins are going crazy in the summertime, springtime, whenever it is. I don't know exactly when they're active, but I've walked past here before and they're just going nuts. But obviously in the middle of a snowstorm, that's not going to be happening. So just kept on walking down this way, this way, this way. Get to the roundabout here, and I always take a right back to the lake. Never taking a left. It looks like that'll get you a longer loop around the lake. I think this trail that heads up north here is the Katy Trail. I believe that'll take you way out west somewhere, but we're not going that way. So followed it down this direction. Got to the bridge here, and I thought about shortcutting it, taking a right, and just heading back. Not today. I went the long route, which is under the bridge, all the way around the lake again. So followed the trail here, and you can see it's a big loop all the way around the lake. That's the way we went. And I finally got here. You're going to see this gazebo later. I took some pictures there. Yeah, the GoPro, man, it hung with me as long as it could, but yeah, it just does not perform in the cold. I've complained about that before if you're a watcher of my videos. I don't think it's a camera, it's the batteries. And I got like X brand batteries that are now, 2-3 years old. They're just not doing it. I probably just need to clean house. Maybe bite the bullet and get some brand name batteries. I don't know. The camera it's a GoPro 8, which is like 5 generations behind now. So I don't know if it's worth investing a whole lot more money in it. I should probably just get a new one and start over. But man, the camera's been through the ringer with me. I'd hate to just dump it. But here we go, around the lake, took a right here, over the bridge, looked back to the gazebo, so you'll see that in some pictures. And then I took a lot of geese pictures, so it turns out there was a ton of geese just huddled along this shoreline here. Hundreds of them. And yeah, it's a total myth that geese fly south for the winter. I'm not buying it. Every place I've lived, there's been geese year-round, so at best, the ones that are there in the summer fly south when it gets cold, and the ones in Canada fly to like here in St. Louis. I don't know. But tons of geese. So fly south in the winter, I don't know about that. But then we finally made it back to the flagpole. And then back to the little cottage. Not a cottage, whatever this is. Made it back to the Park Center building here, and then a long slug up the hill. Oh, that was tough. Just take it slow. I was tired. Did it twice. Did that again today. And then the second day was kind of the same. Went the same route, except I got to about here. Saw my pleated woodpeckers. Watched them for about 15 minutes. Made my day. Decided to head back after that. So anyway, that's the general route that I took. Now let's just jump right into it. All right, and here we are, finally into the hot action. Or should I say cold action? Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff in the backlog. I couldn't quite reach that hole. I bet there's something nice in there. This is also a disc golf course. Where are the disc golfers at? Called on account of weather, huh? Bunch of sissies. No, I'm playing. It was nasty out here. You can see it, you can hear it. It was kind of a mixture of snow and sleet. Kind of all day. So this is the top of the trail that I pointed out in the last segment. Yeah, Park Service Road. Vehicles have the right of way. This might be the only road in the United States where vehicles have the right of way. I don't know. I also have no idea what vehicles are driving up and down this road because it's littered with erosion and potholes. Yeah, so there's something here called a bootlegger trail. I don't know. They got these markers. To me, it looks like a mixture between a porn store and an alcohol store. So I don't know. Kind of a weird symbol icon there. But down the hill we go. And I almost busted a few times stepping into. Oh, there it is. Yano sauce coming at you. Still full of hope in that video. It was Dash halfway around the lake, and Things start to get cold, things start to hurt. It's worth it though. I love a good snow romp. Love it. This is a little further down. I wanted to it was too far down to record the entire journey, but not that exciting watching me slowly. Yep, watch out. There's a ditch. Ditch in the road. Step over that one. All right. That's funny. I was walking down today, and there was a deer, at least one, who had walked down this path because I saw the tracks in the snow, and they were kind of going from side to side a little bit on the trail, and I'm wondering, do the deer know where the ravines and the holes are in this road? I wonder. Because they got those hooves, their hooves go all the way to the ground. They got opposite of snowshoe effect, so I don't know. I wonder if the deer know on that road where the safe places to step are for them. But alright, here we are at the lake. Close to the flagpole. You can see it over there. In fact, yeah, if you pause, you can see it. Stepping over the road. I believe that's Marine Avenue. It's going to take a look at the lake. Yeah, I gotta say, my GoPro did well in the beginning, and then it just got too cold. Today, it didn't do a thing. And I wonder, you can see it's snowing pretty good now, but yeah, the first day, this is the first day, I put some hot hands in my pocket with the GoPro, and I wonder if that actually helped. I put some with the batteries, too. This is a sign. You can't read it. You can pause it, read it. Really cool history of the lake and everything. Spoiler alert, I'm going to do some magnet fishing once things warm up because this used to be a gangster hideout and there's murders and things, prostitution, gambling, the whole deal. I'm sure there's murder weapons in this lake, so stay tuned for that. That's coming in the spring. But I'm going to move along for now. What was I talking about? Oh, the GoPro. Yeah, so I think maybe the hot hands in the pocket that I had it in was helping because it lasted probably hour and a half here before it just totally crapped out. And the batteries I was carrying in a string backpack with hot hands in those, but when I went to change batteries for the first time, hot hands were not hot. So granted, they did expire in June of 2018, I think, but the one in my pocket was sort of warm. I guess the hot hands are expecting some kind of insulation, and they had none in my string backpack. Yeah, so these are a bunch of ducks, mallards, actually. I've never seen so many together at once, so they were... You can hear them. So they were hugging the shore. That's what birds must do in the storms. I don't know, and I disturbed them, and then they started swimming out because they're a bunch of sissies. Later on, you're going to see a bunch of pictures of geese. And they're doing the same thing. They're just sitting in the water, right on the shore, just kind of riding the storm out. I guess that's the place they do it at. I don't know why. It's like they're close together, but they're not close enough to use each other's warmth. So, I don't know. It's kind of a weird setup. And, you can, yep, the GoPro's dying now. You can see it freezing. I can see it immediately, so I'm yanking the batteries. And this is kind of the iconic waterfall at Creve Coeur Lake. All frozen up now. And this is on towards the woods now. Going towards the bridge. Going towards the bridge. That's a bluebird fella. And GoPro battery died. At this point in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to be doing YouTube shorts from here on out with this thing, because I get about 5 seconds of video before it locks up. By the end, it was just like, forget it. By the end, I was just doing pictures. I gave up on the video. And even today I went back, and I didn't even try videos, but I love that rock face. That rock face is awesome. Yeah, we must be right on the edge of, like, the Ice Age flatness that leveled Illinois, because, yeah, you drive 30 minutes east from here, and it's nothing but flat, so you're right on the edge. Alright, this is out of the woods now. This is that hard right, that area I told you, well, looking at the woods now, but this area right here, I said they dried up a few years ago. This is that kind of marshy area. Yeah, I was going to go poke the ice and thought, better of that. Like, man, I don't exactly know where that water starts, and if I step in it and slip and fall, it's going to be bad news bears. So, this is that left right there. I said I never went. And here's that other bridge. You can hear the wind picking up. The wind was not bad. There was a few places. This is probably the worst place for it. I did get smacked in the face with some sleet every now and then, but all in all, the wind was not that bad. That's why I hesitated to call it a blizzard. It was more of just a snow, sleet thing. It wasn't just driving wind, though. This is pretty further along. I didn't take a whole lot of video there for a while. This is getting towards the end of Mallard Lake. There's that bar I talked about with the awesome, so we're already past the Purple Martin viewing area. Oh, now sauce, he's coming at you. So, if you look at my sweatshirt right there, it's wet and it's frozen. So I don't know, at some point it got hot enough to melt all the snow falling on me, and then it froze. So it was like I was wearing a straight jacket? No, not a straight jacket, but the hood especially was like frozen in shape. Yeah, it reminds me of the first time I went skiing. I'm not a big skier. I've been twice. It's fun. Oh, here's the bridge. I'm teasing you. Left or right, left or right. I'm gonna go right, and no! He takes a hard left for the long path around the lake. That's right. We're doing the long loop today, baby. Woo! Yeah, this is probably easily 6 miles from like doorstep to doorstep. I've never measured it, but yeah, I don't know. So the first time I went skiing, I don't have any ski clothes. I've never been skiing before, so I show up in like sweats and Under Armour, basically the same thing I'm wearing now. And boy, the operators were just ski lift operators. Yeah, what are these tracks? Is that a rabbit? Looks like something's hopping. I don't know. I don't think that's a deer. It could be deer tracks that are like filled in though, but yeah. Yeah, not gonna be cleared of ice during inclement weather. Apparently not. Apparently not. Yeah, it's just pictures from here on out. My GoPro just gave up on doing videos, so this is like west part of the lake looking east now. In fact, that's pretty close to where I'm gonna be climbing up to exit the lake area. Going through some pictures. Yeah, I captured a seagull. There's seagulls flying around down there. Here's that gazebo I pointed out on the satellite. And if you squint, you can kind of see the bridge. Sort of, I don't know, a couple inches from the, well, that's not, it depends on the screen size you're looking at. That's not going to help. There's a bridge out there, I promise you. There's closer to the bridge, so this is just like in front of the gazebo looking at the bridge. And just more of the lake. It's chilly, baby. More of the lake. Yeah, it's making ice cubes now. So this lake, once it gets really cold, and later in the week, it's going to be like stupid cold. It's going to be close to 0 Fahrenheit. Yeah, during winter, this thing can almost completely freeze over. I don't think I've ever seen it totally freeze over, but it's gotten pretty close. To the point where the ducks have found a little pool, or the geese have found a little pool, or they're just like swimming circles in. I don't know if their swimming has prevented it from freezing over, or if that's just the one place that it didn't freeze over. Probably a little bit of both. There's some more ice cubes. Getting closer to the bridge now, so this is the north side of the lake. Essentially looking east. And here's a beaver damaged tree. So I'm trying to think. There was a tree. I think they cut this down. They must have cut this down because obviously it's flat on top. The beavers didn't do that. Yeah, I remember walking past here, running past here all the time, and seeing this tree with beaver damage, and I never realized they cut it down until I took this picture. So interesting. Not sure when that happened. But yeah, there's beavers that live in here, and if you walk around in the woods, you'll see tons of trees with beaver damage. Some of them all the way, cut down, and some of them they started on it, and like this one, until they chopped it. Like for whatever reason, the beavers just changed their mind. Like, oh, got 1/3 of the way through this tree and decided we didn't want it anymore. Very destructive. So this is the north side of the lake, looking mostly south. That's looking east, and that's looking all the way south. So if you really squint, you might be able to see the bridge, but the visibility is pretty crappy. And you can see we're all freezing up on the edges here. Oh yeah, don't walk on that. That ice is not for walking. It gets really cold. There's some parts of this lake I've seen people walk across. Nothing this expansive, but man, I wouldn't try it. And here's the bridge that you saw from the gazebo, maybe, if you squinted correctly. This is facing east. So I call this the boathouse. I don't know what this is really called, but Creve Coeur Lake has tons of rowers, and this is where they launch from. In fact, the Olympics in 1904 were held in St. Louis, and this is the lake where they did the rowing competition. So there you go. Yeah, I thought about getting into rowing, but man, I'm getting old now, and I did look into it once, and they wanted a serious commitment. It wasn't like, just come out and, play pickup rowing. It was, dude, we want you here like 3 days a week, and I'm like, come on. I just want to do this a couple times. All right, yeah, if you squint really hard, you can see the gazebo. It's right in the middle, in between the trees. And this is closer. You might get 2 more pixels. I moved ahead of the railing. Yeah. All right, we're going to get into a bunch of geese pictures here. I took way too many. I'll try to kind of go through them fast, but you can see these are all Canada geese. Canadian. I think you call them Canada geese, or is it Canadian? I don't know. But these ones were kind of swimming out, but if you look along the shore and kind of see black areas along the shore, those are all geese stacked up. You can see them under the trees. Yeah, under and behind those 2 trees closest to the lake, those are all Canada geese. And we'll get closer to them. There's a boat launch. Some of them are swimming. Yeah, you can see them there. Those are all Canada geese. And they're like huddled up, but not really. Like you'd think they'd want to get a little closer together, like penguins in Antarctica, the emperor penguins, they all get in one biomass of penguin and stay warm that way when it's like minus 80 degrees and the wind's blowing at 65 miles an hour. I guess it's not that bad here, but yeah, I don't know. This is what I guess the ducks are doing the same thing. I don't know what in their little bird brain says we need to be right on the shore. Maybe that's where the water's the warmest. I don't know. I can't imagine their feet can handle that kind of temperature, but obviously they can. So getting a little closer here. Most of them were not sissies. There's a few of them that, I'd walk past them and, they'd start swimming away, but most of them are just trying to sleep. I don't know how they survive. I really don't. What do they eat? I do not understand how anything survives these kind of conditions for any kind of extended period of time. So yeah, if you look at them, a lot of them got their head tucked behind their wings. They're just sleeping. Like, tired of the storm, go away. But yeah, the storm's going to go away, but the temperature's going to drop. We got a low of 1 degree Fahrenheit on a couple days from now. It's just 50-50 my car even starts. That's getting close to the car not starting territory. This one's actually got a seagull there. Again, I can't really point it out with my mouse, but seagull took off, and I was able to snap a picture real quick, which is not too easy to do with the GoPro. This is toward the end, so back to the flagpole. Not sure why we're riding half staff. I think it's the Terror Attack in New Orleans. And obviously no one's coming around on this day to change that. Obviously a terrible, terrible thing. Thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by that. But this was kind of the end. Flagpole to flagpole. That's what I usually do when I run around this lake. Although when I run, I take the short loop because I can't run very far. But I walked the long loop today. I was pretty proud of that. I think you're going to see about 3.5 hours. But this is up the hill from that little that warehouse, I guess I'll call it, park warehouse. And this is a twisted tree, and I thought, you know what, this looks pretty cool. I stopped to take a picture, but what I really did was stop to take a rest. Just don't tell anybody, because I was huffing and puffing walking up this hill in the snow. It's a steep hill. At least it is for me. Moving on. Yeah, I thought this was kind of cool. Just kind of walking home and the snow is just blowing off the roof. Like, yeah, this is where I'm at, out in the wilderness. And yep, that was it. That was my time. So that took 3 hours, 24 minutes, and 32 seconds. That was quite a romp. I haven't had a romp like that through the snow, and I feel like it's been a while. There was a few winters we didn't get much snow, and then I think I took the short loop last time. So anyway, this is actually day 2 of the romps now. So this was today. And kind of some deer chilling near my house. Yeah, I saw them. I don't have any video of this. Well, I don't have any video today because the GoPro just totally took a nap on me today. But I saw a deer doing things I've never seen before. They were pawing at the snow like a dog, just like with their front legs pushing the snow aside. And I saw one eating dead leaves that was digging up, and that was just kind of depressing. But you can see there's a bird feeder hanging there, so I think the deer were trying to find some seeds. This thing was going nuts with birds all day, both days, so I don't know. Hope they found something. I know they're kind of a nuisance animal now, but it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of sad to see them pawing in the snow and eating dead leaves. But this is back down by the lake. The romp was so nice, I had to run it back, make it twice. Thought this was kind of cool, the waves crashing up and freezing on things. And you can see the snow has stopped. The visibility is much better now. This is right around where the flagpole is. Just taking pictures of the lake. So right across here, I have binoculars with me. I'm pretty sure I saw a bald eagle. I've seen them at this lake before. It had the right coloration. I saw some dark brown on a tree that didn't match the rest of the tree color, and then a white, white on top like the head. But it wasn't moving, which doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't, but it just still just a little too far away. I couldn't quite tell if it was a bald eagle or not. I walked down a few ways, a little bit of ways, and looked again and couldn't find it. So either I was looking at something right at the right angle to make it look like that, or it flew away in the time that I was walking down. And there's the awesome bridge. I thought this was a cool picture. This was taken with my phone now. The GoPro wouldn't even turn on after I changed the battery again. I'm like, all right, GoPro's done. It's just done. So I whipped my phone out for a few pictures. Kind of a steep, snowy hill there. And got a few pictures of the waterfall. This is the iconic spot at Creve Coeur Lake. So yeah, if you get on Google Maps and look at this, you'll see this thing frozen over. I'm not kidding, 10 times worse than this. Like one winter we had was pretty bad 3-4 years ago. Somebody came by and just, you don't see any rock. It's just completely covered in frozen waterfall water. It's pretty nuts. Especially considering this thing is just normally just barely a trickle. When it rains, you get some really good, water falling. But normal times, it's just a trickle of water. And then in the winter, if it gets really cold, the thing just blows up into ice. Yeah, so those first two, I think, were GoPro maybe, and here's my phone. I don't know. This is kind of cool. So this is the bridge looking over. This is where the waterfall drains, and it's just completely covered in snow. This is actually a pretty significant ditch that you can't even see because it's just all snowed up. And this is just kind of a lookout point going towards the woods. Very nice, very nice. Is that the end? No, I got 2 more. Yeah, just I do kind of like the water crashing on these things, and then it freezes and gives you that look. This is a waterfall kind of buried in the woods. Much smaller one. This is the woods walk, but also very nice looking. And I think I might have mentioned earlier, I saw 2 pleated woodpeckers after this. That's pretty exciting for me. That's only the 3rd sighting of pleated woodpeckers in about the 12 years I've been living here in these woods down by this lake. So that was nice. I don't have any pictures. They were too far away. I got a pretty good look at them through the binoculars, but yeah, there was 2 of them too. I couldn't tell if it was male and female, and I didn't even know they have different markings. I wish I could have, taken a closer look at that if I'd known, but Yeah, they were kind of sitting on the base of the tree, pecking at it a little bit, sword fighting a little bit, but all right, that's going to do it. I just had to get back behind this mic. I haven't been diving in months. I miss it, but it's just not the time of year for that. I do have some videos in the archive. I got some kayaking on this very lake earlier in the year. I could do that. That might be more exciting. I got some videos from the eclipse that happened last year, but honestly, that's just, suffice it to say, the GoPro does not pick up the totality, incredible event that is totality. No camera does. That's just something you gotta see in person. I've never seen a picture of totality that even comes close to bringing it justice to what you see in real life. But I don't know. If I get really bored one of these cold January nights, maybe I'll whip out the archive, some videos from the archive, and just start talking. But until then, thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and hopefully we'll be back to diving soon. I will see you there.